Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mitch from Mitch Reviews Everything. Today I'll be reviewing Bolo from 1979, aka Fist of Justice from the Star Film Company. It was directed by Bolo Yeung. Alright, let's get to the plot on this one. Wu Yu Village is a dangerous, corrupt village in desperate need of a new sheriff. On account of the others being murdered, the town decides to have two lots drawn at random from the local jail population to find the new sheriff. The two unlucky bastards to be released to this dangerous assignment are the hulking half-wit brute Bolo, played by Bolo Yeung, and the brains Ma, played by Jason Pai Piao. Bolo is happy to be the new sheriff, but is being targeted for putting a stop to the human trafficking that the town mayor and local gang are involved in. Meanwhile, Ma is working to steal back the gold he was put in jail for stealing so he can build the town a new hospital. Bolo and Ma continue to have misadventures as they navigate corrupt politicians and gang violence. Needless to say, there's a new sheriff in town, and his name's Bolo. Alright, let's get to the good, the bad, and the kung fu here, the good, the bad, and the martial arts here, and let's just get this out of the way. Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung are the masters of the kung fu comedy style, and Bolo Yeung kind of fell short here. I'm not really sure why he decided to do comedy and his kung fu in this movie. It's kind of baffling. I don't really view, Bolo Yeung, when he does any sort of comedy kung fu, to me it's just kind of out of place. I mean, he's such a tough guy. He's such a badass looking character of Herculean might here that it's just hard to buy into that. And I'm not even saying the kung fu and the martial arts is bad in this film. It's all executed very well. It's not high speed stuff, but everything looks good and is very clean. And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fights in it. They're very entertaining, but still, why he decided to do comedy, I don't know. I could have did without that, and especially when you got other guys running around, tons of other comedy films out there, kung fu style comedy. I don't know, this one fell a little bit short on the comedy dynamic. The other thing that kind of fell a little bit short on this one is there's a lot of bad cuts during the actual fights. Somebody makes a mistake, they go back in and they cut it, so you get a kind of a choppy feel to a lot of the fights in this one, so that's kind of unfortunate. But still, all in all, it was highly entertaining. I always like Bolo Yeung. So other than that, as far as the martial arts go, I'm going to view this as very solid. As far as the story goes, if you're an English viewer and you're wanting to watch it, and you watch it on Amazon Video, which is where I watched this in the US, boy was it hard to hear. The audio was kind of bad. All the English dub on it was very hard to hear. You really had to pay attention. And on top of the audio problems with the English dub, there was definitely, this one was very disjointed. I think a lot got lost in translation. I really had to pay a lot of attention, and the how they put this movie together is just very disjointed, and you're just kind of like, okay, what's going to happen next? And then, unfortunately, as far as character development goes, Bolo, unfortunately, I don't feel they did enough as showing him as the sheriff of the town. They could have done a bunch of fun scenes where he goes and rounds up a couple more people or whatever. He's investigating a crime. They could have dug a little bit more into that. There was a few scenes, of course, where he takes out a couple bad guys and he stops a bunch of women from being kidnapped and forced into human trafficking. That's kind of all good stuff, but then you get to a point in the film where Bolo ends up getting put in jail where you think he's getting double-crossed by Ma, and I'm not going to reveal any more than that. I think I've said too much already. But, this film, all in all, is definitely worth watching. I actually liked it more than Bolo Yeung's other movie he directed, Writing Kung Fu. This one was a little bit better, although Writing Kung Fu probably had a more solid editing job, I think. If I remember, it's been about 4 years or more since I watched that one. But all in all, this is not a bad martial arts film to check out, especially if you are a Bolo Yeung fan. It's always fun to see him, and I'm a big fan, so glad to have knocked this one out of the way. So that's all I got in this one. This has been my review of Bolo from 1979, which is what the Hong Kong Movie Database books this one at year-wise on release. I'm Mitch. It's been Mitch Reviews Everything, and I'll see you again.